Okay, in this video I'll be drawing the eye. So I'm gonna just draw one. I guess what would be, if you saw my last video, it talks about the different type of eyes that you might end up drawing, but again it always depends on your reference. So I'm not going to go into that part. I'm just going to kind of draw an eye for you. All right. Here, again, lightly sketching this, bringing that eyelid down a little bit. Looking at the pupil, a little bit of a reflective lights there, little highlight areas. Then remember that there's a shadow area here, and there's a tear ducts. Using the pupil and using my mechanical pencil to get a little bit more exact line. Then getting a little bit of texture of the eye. Little lines, little textural lines from on the iris, kind of radiating from the center. And I'll put a few more in here. This time coming in from the opposite end. Yeah, this time coming in from the opposite end. Put a few lines like that. And then put a few that are just kind of like value lines. And how much of these you put in, I guess, will depend on the color of the iris. So we'll get a little bit darker here along the edge here, and then kind of gradate that towards the center. Same over here. Again, come in with my trusty 8B to really pump up that value. You see how that value kicked in there with this 8B? That's really. Then we've got the shadow coming off of the eyelid, right? So this top part's going to be darker right along there. Come back in with my 4B now. That 8B is pretty powerful there. And then a little bit more value in here. There's, you know, you can, I'm just kind of working with this pupil here and the iris first, but I mean, you can kind of do any area of the eye if you wanted to. I mean, remember the little triangle here on each side of the iris, where you want to keep it white. We talked about that on the first video about how the round eyeball and where you need to have your values. How the eyeball fits into the socket of your eye. Okay. Come in and really tighten up here. Even put in a little bit of the thickness of the bottom eyelid. And we'll pick up value more and more here, but remember it's a gradual. And then we want to put that little crease, wrinkle that you have right above your eyelid there, and we're going to vignette both ends, this end and that end, and it's darker right in the center. So to vignette it, we're going to come in with this pencil, and if I was to magnify that line, what I'm doing is I'm kind of doing this type of thing, right? So it's darker here and then lighter at the end. And then this is a highlight area here, so we'll put a little bit of value here. A bit of value there. Soften up that line there. And then we're going to have the eyebrow. I'm not going to draw the eyebrow because there's videos in there how to draw the eyebrow and so forth. I'm just drawing the eyebrow here so that you can see how the top of the eye would be treated. That's that brow on the skull. Remember, again, referring you back to the video on that. So I'm doing two videos here on the eye, right? This one is where I'm drawing the complete eye, and then again here we're going to get darker as it gets into the bridge of the nose, up against the bridge of the nose here, so we would do a little bit of a gradation here. Get this really sharp in here. Okay, so I've got the eye pretty well drawn out now. And so now on here, what I would want to do is put the eyelashes, right? So we're going to do the eyelashes with our mechanical pencil. See what the best direction I'll go with this here. And so again, for a female, you might look at the eyelashes being a little bit longer, maybe. Again, this is all going to be dictated by your reference. What's happening with the reference? A little bit more concentration here on the base of the Probably a bit thicker here also. Really thicken up this area there. And then maybe add a little bit of value down in here. Right, because that eyeball is like that, so we probably want to have a little bit of value down there like that. Like that. Soft line. And then some and I would imagine the eyelids down here on the bottom would be a little bit shorter. All right. Okay. Well, that's kind of how you would maybe add a little bit more value. I'm looking at this as y'all see it on the video. Maybe adding a little bit more value over here. Right. Forgot my little. Again, I want to have a little bit of that line texture here in the iris, so come back in and add a few more of those lines there. And then let's go back in and add a little bit more value here on the end, on the edges of the iris to make it a little bit more rounded. Come back and fine, and add a little hardness, crispness to the edge there. Bring that up a little bit. Now I'm just kind of really pushing graphite around now, around here. Okay, and there's your eye.